Welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last episode, we set up the automation for some of the Just Iron things. This episode, we're going to be ignoring Patricia and working on the time block. So, we already made the... Well, the goal is to get to the paradox machine. Right now, I'm just putting this stuff away. I already have the 3 time crystal blocks. And apparently, Silk Touch doesn't work to pick them up, so egg on my face. Alright, so now we have the nether. Let's put the battery there, charge that up. Let's head back home. Okay, floaty. Okay, so then we need one more advanced swapper in the overworld, not here. This is the mining dimension. We'll put that right there. The button to power it on. A flux point. And now we gotta go set one up in the nether. I mean, not the nether, the end. And we'll put it next to our teleporters. So there. There. Button to activate it. Okay. Hey. Go away. Okay. So. Here's what we have to do. Button time crystal block must absorb time energy from each of the Minecraft's overworld. Okay. The overworld, the nether, the end. Place in the overworld, okay. Once the block changes color, it's ready for the next step. You'll need to move the block at this point. However, you cannot break the block without shattering it, even with Silk Touch. I should have read that. It will save me time. You'll need to find some other way to move across dimensions. Once in the nether, it will absorb nether energy. It will turn orange. Once the block changes color, it's ready to move again. Here, we'll absorb time energy visualized as once complete, the block will turn green and time crystal buds will begin to appear. Each time crystal buds outside consumes some time energy. Ensure you don't break time crystal buds until they've fully grown. Or you'll destroy them, receiving nothing in return. Eventually, all the blah blah. At this point, you'll need to move it back to the overworld, start the process all over again. While out of charge, the buds will no longer grow. In addition, if you move just the budding time crystal, the buds themselves will shatter. It's recommended to move the crystal and its bud all together. Advanced swapper. Some people have reported unusual time distortion while carrying these around. You should be cautious. Gotcha. Okay, so let's head to the old home first. We're going to put this here. Shift right click. And now it's going to absorb the energy. I should have put this one block up. Okay, so we're done here. So we need this one to be... That was stupid. Bound to the nether. So now if we go back to the old home... So many of these assholes. Killed him. Good enough. Okay. Bound to the nether. So now that one is bound to the nether. That's bound to the nether. So now if we press the button, it should teleport to the nether. So then we go here to the nether, and there it is. So next thing we gotta do is go to the end. Bound to the end. Back to the nether. There we go. And let that absorb. So we're probably gonna need 2 more. That way when this is done, we can easily like transport one at a time. hopefully it'll work out. We'll see what happens. Alright, this is gonna obviously be a while. I'll be right back once it's done. That took forever. Uh, bound to the end. Okay. Press the button. It teleports to the end. We go to the end. And we click here and chunk load it. Go away. I swear the Endermen have some nerve. Speaking of which, let's see how we're... 53 Eclipse Alloy, 416 Ferrocore, 173 Blaze. I'm probably gonna stop it once I have enough of these. Eclipse Ember. Yeah, I might stop it in a bit, to be honest. I don't think we really need to do any of that. I don't know if you guys saw Dyer's episode today, but this dude was duping blocks. Using the Paradox Machine, the R's Animation Wand, I think it was. It was one of the wands. There was some wand he was using. Glyph of Animate Block. I think it might have been that. But it was basically like making the blocks come alive and you could dupe them. And it was insane. You know, nothing crazy though. Like, I know some folks might consider it like cheating or whatever. Budding time crystal block. And I gotta wait for this piece of shit to grow. Anywho, so yeah, he was duping the blocks, but it's nothing new. I mean, people have done this before. I don't know if, like, many years ago, even Ethos was doing it in the Project Ozone 2, where he was basically animating some of the blocks, putting it into a mob spawner, and just duplicating him. Hell, I've done that before. I don't know who hasn't, when you could animate blocks. And, you know, I, of course, plan on doing that. That's why I'm not gonna... Unless, you know, it gets nerfed out or something. How long is it gonna take this to grow? Let me see this real quick. Alright. So, blah, blah, blah. It's ready to move again. Finally, here we'll absorb end time energy. Visualize this green particle. Once complete, the block will turn green, and time crystal buds will begin to appear. Okay. Ah, there it is. Alright, well, I guess I will be waiting here till God knows how long. How do I make this time wand? I need it. Do need one time crystal. How do I make the time in a bottle? Can I actually make it? Blaze gold. Isium. I could do the fluix. Neptunium. Aquaculture. How do I... Neptunium ingot. Neptunium B. Wow, they did not... They really... Basically don't want you to make a damn... Vengeance pickaxe, hardened blood. They really don't make you... They really don't want you to do the time in a bottle, do they? Okay, good enough. Just do the time wand. Time fluid. How do you make time fluid, though? A time fluid. You drop a time crystal and polymorph fluid to get time fluid. Okay. Well, I know something we are going to do is make the bee. Alright, time bee spawn egg. That is a massive pain in the ass to get. Honey treat Celeste Gem. Celeste Gem bee spawner. So get this to get this. Cannot be used as a spawn. Alright, how do you make a Celeste? Void Shimmer Goo to a Diamond Bee. To make a Diamond Bee, it's a Ender Bee plus a Lapis Bee. Makes that. You gotta give them a rose. Now you guys gotta give them any flower. To get an Ender Bee, pop Chorus and an Endstone Nest. To get an Endstone Nest. Holy shit, it's a... It is a long rabbit hole of stupidity. And that's just for the Celeste Gem. We need 2 of those. Draconic Bee. Don't we have a Draconic Bee already? Yeah. Yeah, we already have the Draconic Bee, so that one we have. I don't have to worry about that spawn egg. Skulk Bee we do not have. So we need a Skulk Bee also. Because I refuse to do this annoying quest line for that. Feed Skulk to a Digger Bee. I'm pretty sure we have a Digger Bee. 30% chance. I think we might have a few of these. I'll have to check. Alright, so we have the plan. Plan is to get to the time bee spawn egg. That's going to be our goal over the next couple of episodes, so we're in it for the long haul with this one. Anyways, be right back. Okay, we're back. I moved the time crystals. Yeah, picking it up in a box ends up shattering these crystals, so they're regrowing. I have 3 of them here. I don't know how long this takes, but man, it has been taking a while for them to grow. It's just going insanely slow, so I think when... Stupid Enderman. They collect my rewards. Not bad. All of that in there. This can go inside there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because it's getting kind of late, I'm going to have to cut this episode super short. I have this area chunk loaded, so next time we get in here, what we're going to be doing is, we don't need this, don't need this, don't need that. We're going to start working next episode on getting these bees. That way, by the time we're done, hopefully by the time these damn crystals grow, we can start working on the time bee spawn egg to cut down the amount of time this is going to take to do. We need a time fluid bucket. Time crystal polymorphic. Alright, it's easy enough to make. So yeah, sorry about the short episode, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. Take care. Bye-bye.